what's up guys? It's Ryan with Inspire the Journey. As if you don't know, today I'm actually out at a beautiful site out in Hanson. This is a place I came, I think, once metal detecting, and that's only because it's so far away. I would have come out here a lot more. Right now I'm standing on a land bridge that was made, I believe, in the late 17th century. Could be the late 18th. And you will actually end up seeing what I'm standing on. It's hard to tell because this camera kind of sucks. Doesn't have a good wide angle. It's a man-made land bridge, and I'm sure you can hear the water. If you can tell, I have a thing for nature shots. I know in the last 2 episodes, it was like high wind sounds. I'm working on trying to get a new camera, but yeah, expenses are high for everything, of course. So I'm dealing with what I got. And I actually, in this will be the second or third video where I'm trying something new. I have a second angle shot, which is set up behind me. You can probably see the white pole on the tree. That actually has my GoPro mounted on it. So you can kind of see what's behind this camera. The nice scenery. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to start the timer. That's why I have my phone in my hand. I'm trying to keep these videos shorter so I don't have to split them in half and make part 1, part 2. So this video is going to be the end of chapter 1. I don't know what episode it will be, maybe 4 or 5. I'm not sure. You'll be able to tell in the title and on the corner of the screen. So today I'm going to be discussing some things from elementary school, because that's kind of like what episode 1 was all about, if you can't tell by now. So I told you guys about my God-given talents. I didn't really get in depth to how they were fully formed in my life, which I knew I was going to do eventually, so I figured why not end chapter 1 there. The end of chapter 1 will be when I was transitioning into middle school, which is real exciting, believe me. Alright, so my artistic talents really started to come out in me at a young age, as I said. I didn't really get into any details. As we all know, in elementary school, like, we get like projects to work on. What are they? Like presentations, like shadow box displays and stuff for like ancient Egypt or like the Iroquois Indians. If I was on my own with all that stuff, I probably wouldn't have really understood what I was doing. My mother has had an amazing artistic ability. I believe through her whole life. My grandmother, my Mima, my mom's mother, same thing. That's really where like the artistic side comes from, like, to me. That my mother's side of the family. So my mom used to help me with all the school displays, and I'm sure the teachers could tell, but that really triggered something in my own life, when I always would strive to do as good as I could with things, regardless to whether I finished projects or not, which I had problems finishing projects for a long time in my life. But seeing the work my mother did was beautiful. Like, I appreciated that very much. There was a teacher I had named Miss Osborne. I don't remember what grade. It seems like it was like 100 years ago, but obviously it wasn't. Miss Osborne, she saw the talent I had. And I remember she used to tell my parents. She'd always tell me. Besides my parents encouraging me, and my godparents, my Uncle Joe and Aunt Tracy, they spoiled me rotten growing up at our Christmas Eve parties. They knew I had a God-given talent for art at a very early age. It was like probably a span of like 5 to 8 years. Every Christmas I would get like these massive boxes, like 3 or 4 boxes packed with art supplies, because they knew I had something. They knew I had a gift. God bless them. If my parents and Miss Osborne, didn't really make me aware of the gifts I had, maybe I wouldn't have excelled the way I did. And, yeah, I'm talking about this for too long. This timer. Oh, 3 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm good. All right, so quick wrap up on that section because I can't go forever talking about these things. So, yeah, God bless Miss Osborne, my godparents, and my parents for helping me out with that artistic ability. And, oh yeah, I used to like make so many different things out of paper plates, cups, hot glue guns. I burnt myself a lot when I was younger. I still do. You know, you think I would have learned by now. And my mother recently told me, like last week, when she saw the first few videos I made for this, she said, "Oh, you don't remember making all those things out of tin foil?" Oh man, I love tin foil. Stuff's awesome. I don't really know why I liked it so much when I was younger, but I just had like a fascination of being able to like mold my own things, and like with Play-Doh, clay. Okay, yeah, so now next thing. When I said that my father inspired me to start playing guitar, I didn't start playing guitar in 10th grade. That's when I restarted playing guitar. The first time I tried, I was in 4th grade. My father bought me a Fender Squier, little like dinky little amp and beginner guitar. And thank God he did. Although I ended up quitting. I actually quit playing guitar in 4th grade. There were multiple reasons for that. First to start, my guitar teacher, his name was Ed. Actually I remember his last name, but I'm not going to mention it. So Ed was a nice guy, and he knew right when I went in there, I told him what I wanted to play. And it was Green Day. Time of Your Life was the first song I wanted to learn. And maybe I'll edit in a quick clip of me actually playing that now.
Another turning point, a forks like in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time.
But back then I didn't understand, like, you need to learn basics, this, that. So he had me like start with like Mary Had a Little Lamb, which was a turn off for me. Even being like young and weird at the time. I just really wasn't interested in playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, like, at all. But I did. And then I found out my parents and Ed wanted me to do a recital. I wasn't fond of the idea. I really wasn't. And it was horrible. I had so many eyes on me, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Like, I didn't. And I was the only one on stage, too. If any of you have ever been on stage, like with a band, you understand like how you have like that the comfortableness, like when you're with your friends up on stage. I'm going to check my time. 6.5 minutes. Okay. So you understand like how it is like when you're with people. Like I was in, I don't even know how many bands, and whether it was a band with my brother that I was in or my close friends at the time, I was always comfortable. Even if I was nervous, like if I had to pee like 5 times before we'd actually play, which that happened a lot. You'll end up seeing that in the chapter talking about high school. I just sent out a bunch of mini DV tapes. Well, I say a bunch. It was only 4. They should be back like within a week and a half. So one of the tapes actually has my second band, As Citizens Panic, on it, which was the video was shot in my basement. You can see like the old rock walls. My friend Matt, Billy, Kevin, and Kevin having band practice, and eventually you guys will see that. So back to what I was saying about the recital. I didn't play Mary Had a Little Lamb, or maybe I did. I'll have to ask my parents about this because I really don't remember.